everybody.
What's up?
We missed you.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. But we've been up to some stuff in our off time. Yes. So we went to Kansas.
Kansas Speedway.
Yes.
What a time.
What a time.
That was a
Dusty as hell.
Hot.
But hot as hell.
Dusty. I mean, it was supposed to rain like 3 days. They said it was going to rain 3 days before we left, and then it didn't. Instead, we got blessed with 90-degree straight sun.
Straight sun, yeah.
But it was nice. It was nice.
It was good, yeah. We saw some great racing at Kansas.
Truck race was great.
Yes.
Cup race was great.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Grant Enfinger snapped a winless streak, and then Denny Hamlin, that was super fun. But we're going to talk about the Kansas experience, so give you the lowdown on all that. That's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to a World of Outlaws race.
Yeah, last night.
Local track, Ogilvie in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And it was their first time there.
Yeah,
so
that was
two
cool.
records, track speed record.
Yep.
The winner.
Yep, the winner.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then attendance record.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said they kept announcing that you had to be in your assigned seat because they sold out all the seating.
Yes,
which
it was
really cool.
fun. The track was super fun. Yeah. Again, dusty, but
yeah, they said that they've had sprint cars out there, just not the 410s. It was the 360s the last time, and the 410s beat the track record by over almost 2.5 seconds.
Yes.
So 11.7, I think, was.
Yeah, that was during the hot laps too.
That
was like right off the bat. So
that was insane.
It was fun. The World of Outlaws crowd is super fun. Like everyone came out and like super excited. They did modifieds.
Yep, the Wissota Midwest Modifieds.
Yes.
Which is our local kind of series around here, dirt series, and then they did the micro sprints, which is like the kids sprint kart series.
Yeah, they're so high pitched and like
so they're
they're
little
they're
little 600cc motorcycle engines, so Yamaha, Kawasaki motorcycle engines.
It was so fun though, honestly. Like we had a great time. Everyone was so nice and so excited. And
and like the track itself, like the facility was pristine.
I thought really, really well maintained. I mean, even like, to be honest, like I thought it was nicer than Pocono.
Oh, really?
I mean, obviously like way, way, way smaller.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But I thought the track was nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how, from a fan experience, right? Like bathrooms, seats, you know what I mean? Like
there was plenty of that, plenty of food. The food prices were great. The drink
oh my god,
prices
beers
were
like
great.
$5 each.
Yeah,
I had a couple. It was pretty. It was good. But it was a good time.
Yeah,
so that's kind of.
It was cool to see that it's a completely different kind of racing, and the setup to get to the feature event, qualifying is completely different than anything we've really experienced with NASCAR.
I know, that was funny.
Yeah.
I know, I think like people think NASCAR qualifying is a little ass backwards, but that was a little...
This was completely different.
Completely different,
They do their hot laps, their qualifying lap, and then they do heat racing, and then they draw for the pole position, and then they race for the pole position. It's the whole
there was
thing.
a lot of like little bursts of like racing, but anyway.
But the main event was amazing.
10 out of 10 recommend going to check out World of Outlaws. But
absolutely.
But so that's kind of a little bit about what we've been up to. So we thought that this would be a perfect time because the super rainy Coke 600 marked exactly halfway through the regular season races. So we were 12 races down and 12 races to go in the regular season. So thought we could talk about playoff spots that are currently open, who we think's going to fill them, point standings, all of that. So... also, actually, since we've been gone, both our drivers got a win. Yes. So that was exciting.
3 wins on the season for Willie B.
Yes.
That's pretty
cool. Finally broke a winless streak in Dover. Martin Mondays.
Martin
I was really holding out for the Coke 600. I was like, damn, if he wins this. But he finished third. But
he almost got there. He almost got there.
I was like, it's something about Mondays then. No. But yeah, so that was really cool. The Truex brothers actually got to sweep the weekend. So Ryan Truex, it was his first win in Xfinity, which was really, really exciting for him. Looking for a full-time ride in Xfinity next year, so hopefully he gets it. So I
think he has a good chance after that showing.
Yeah, and he's been big on social media, like the shirts and like rallying, like the Go Truex, like So I think he has a good shot. But.
Yeah, I was for William Byron to get that third win at Darlington, the redemption from last year. That just felt good.
Yeah, that's a big win too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Darlington, yeah.
It's a tough track.
It is too tough to tame.
Too tough.
That's what I hear. So.
Yeah, plenty of stripes that weekend.
Yes,
that's for sure.
But yeah, so halfway through the season, so surprisingly, William Byron with 3 wins is not our points leader.
No.
Ross Chastain with the big old goose egg in the win column is still the points leader, but consistent still.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
Ross Chastain definitely in on points. Then the next driver would be Kevin Harvick, who's 4th in the standings.
Yeah, with 0 wins. But
0 wins.
Second in points is Blaney. That win, snapping a very, very long winless streak with the Coke 600. So, and what a big win too to come back. Obviously winning for Penske, and Penske won the Indy 500.
Yeah.
So, which was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Beware of the tires.
Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. That was, oh my gosh. I thought someone died.
Yeah, that was Memorial Day weekend was such a great weekend for racing. Even though we had to wait for the Coke 600, I still, thought it was good. We watched a little F1, little Indy, little, all that. So, but yeah, okay. So, I think talking about the remaining playoff spots that we have open and people who are not, locked in with a win yet.
Right.
There are drivers that are locked in on points, but do you think that any drivers are going to points their way in, or do you think that we're going to have actually 16 different winners?
We got a lot of road courses left, and that's going to throw some...
That's true.
Because I feel like if people outside the points, Daniel Suarez could go back-to-back at Sonoma. AJ Allmendinger could pick up a win at any of the road courses remaining. We still have the street course race.
Yep.
And that's going to be...
what a dumpster, too. But
we don't... Who's going to win the street course race?
Yeah, I know. I was reading about the, Chicago, city council or something that's, trying to give NASCAR shit about being there. So I highly doubt that we'll see the Chicago street course.
No, the new mayor is not a fan of this whole
not
thing.
a fan. I was like, dude, you signed it. What are you doing bitching about now?
No. So the last mayor was the one who set it all up, and then she got...
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And then she got voted out of office.
Okay, so the new mayor's pissed, but he didn't do it. Okay, got you. That makes way more sense. Because I was reading about it, and I'm like, what is wrong with this guy?
It's something about the way they structured the deal with the money. Chicago feels like they're getting shorted by NASCAR things, and then there's local food places and restaurants that are getting shut down because of this. Because of where
honestly, they need to just put up booths. NASCAR is a cash cow for places where they go.
There was a vendor thing. I think I read that NASCAR wasn't going to let they already had vendors in place for things.
Yeah, but thinking about the revenue that it brings anyway, right? Just foot traffic. I get it that the parking's probably already shitty down there anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, just more fuel for my Road America fire. So hopefully it's a dumpster, but whatever.
Bring back Road America.
But yeah, so point standing. So we actually have Alex Bowman right on the cutoff line in 16th. So
I don't think we have to worry about him.
Despite all of his missed races and coming back finally at the Coke 600. Mm-hmm. Also, give Alex Bowman a commercial, NASCAR. Rude.
Yeah, completely rude.
Their tweet was it's not a commercial, but we're happy to have you back. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was just rude.
Give him a commercial.
It's very fitting for Alex Bowman not to get a commercial, though. It's very...
Honestly, it's hysterical, and if he makes a t-shirt, I can't wait for it.
I hope he does.
It's so funny.
I really hope he does.
Yeah, I know. It was this thing. It was Alex Bowman is back. Chase Elliott's teammate.
Yeah, Chase Elliott's teammate returns to NASCAR. I'm like, jeepers.
I was dying. And then it was like, Bowman the Showman, tune in, Alex Bowman's back. Chase Elliott will also be there. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
They were having some fun with it. That was hysterical. But yeah, so he's on the points cutoff. So I guess for me, I do think that we probably are going to see at least 2 people points in.
Yeah. It's who outside.
Yeah. Dude, can we just talk about Ty Gibbs, rookie year in 18th in points, only missing the playoff cutoff?
17th now.
17th now?
Yeah, because of Briscoe's penalty.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they updated the points.
Oh my god, so right on the cutoff line in his rookie year.
15 points out. Dude,
yeah. Haters gonna hate, but I love TG, so I totally don't care. Also, I think he pretty much solidified Rookie of the Year, even though Noah Gragson won the fan vote for the All-Star race.
Yeah.
I think if you're just talking straight performance, I think TG's got it.
I think we know where that is all stemming from, though, with the performance-wise. With them switching over to Toyota, they're just not getting the equipment.
Oh, we all know what's happening, yeah. Not only that, but Jimmy Johnson racing in the Coke 600 just shit in the bed immediately.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It sucks to see that. Like,
yes, it does.
I get, like, people are always like, well, why is Jimmy doing this? And I think the biggest thing is he's trying
a fucking goat. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, that, yes. But I think with him owning the team, he wants to understand this car.
Right.
You know, and be able to provide that insight.
Well, and I was reading about, obviously, SHR is struggling big time. So, Kevin Harvick leaving SHR, like, they were talking about them possibly going down to a 2-car team, like, I mean, just...
Oh, really?
Just crazy, yeah. Like, suspicions of them dropping. You know, they think that the 4 and the 10 are the only ones that are actually performing. So, which I don't even... I had to think long and hard about who even drove the 41. Sorry, Priest, but I was shitting on Priest he pretty much since the fucking minute that he signed. But...
Yeah, he hasn't shown up. He was... The only reason I've heard anything about him was the Bristol dirt race and him and Larson getting into it. And other than that, he led a bunch of laps at Darlington at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
But then he fell off. Like,
dude, just so classic. But but yeah, anyway, so reading about, SHR and obviously with them losing Kevin Harvick, like I think it's gonna be,
it's rough.
But yeah, they were talking about how RFK is doing super well. Obviously, as we can tell, Chris Buescher is in the playoffs.
Plus 87.
Yes.
That's insane.
I know. It is. It's wild as hell.
This is their second year as this new team.
Yeah, so both RFK drivers are in the playoffs, and I was reading about how Brad is super involved as an owner, obviously he drives for the team, but trying to understand the car and, making it better and working really hard. And they were saying that the reason that they think that Stewart Haas is not doing that well is because Tony Stewart is kind of an absent owner because, obviously Gene Haas is more into the F1 portion of it, and Tony Stewart was always their NASCAR guy. But Tony Stewart's now, jacking off and, what do you call it?
NHRA.
Yeah, NHRA, like race for 2 seconds really fast, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And like an SRX, right? Like he's pretty distracted. So he's not really investing as much time in NASCAR, I don't think, as say Jimmy Johnson, who's running races to try to understand the car.
Yep.
Switching to Toyota, I think, is just the best move that Legacy Motor Club could possibly ever do. Like they are going to be higher in the pecking order. They're going to not have to take equipment from Jimmy's old boss, which I think is obviously a pain point for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, you see it with 2311, their second season. They're running really well.
Yep. Both in.
Yeah. Both
currently.
In. Yeah.
Both their drivers in, know.
One on a win, the other on points. And Bubba's got a pretty good cushion.
He's doing really well.
Yeah. He's been...
I was on the not super liking Bubba Wallace train for a while just because of the comments that he was making, because like I get being hard on yourself, but like it was excessive, and he's like, I don't deserve to be here.
Extremely hard on himself.
Then leave. Then genuinely leave, homie. Like I don't know what the fuck you're whatever. Yeah. Anyway, but I think he's like cleaned it up and probably got yelled at by Michael Jordan, but
yeah.
But I liked him a lot.
He's been doing good.
And
his
he's
last few
in,
top
which
fives,
is exciting, yeah.
He's got 4 top 5s on the season, 5 top 10s. So he's been consistently good.
He's been doing good.
Yeah, it's just right now everyone who's in, I feel like deserves to be in. I would like to see Suarez.
I was going to say, I'd like to see Suarez in. I think after his breakthrough win last year, like, I would like to see that.
It's funny that Trackhouse's wins were both 2 road courses in the super speedway. Those are their wins.
Yeah.
So far. So, I mean, we'll see Sonoma's.
I know, and it's funny because, like, people are talking about Trackhouse a lot, but yes, like you said, they went on road course in a super speedway, which is always a crapshoot. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, it takes, like, total luck to win. You know what I mean? You could have the best car and get wrecked out in the first lap. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, I would really like to see Trackhouse win on a 1.5 miles. I'd like to see them win on a short track. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be more impressed, I think, with them as an organization if it's the consistency that's getting them all of this publicity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And them kind of coming up out of nowhere, but it is fizzling out. And I know that that's, like, messed up to say, considering that Ross Chastain is the points leader. But the top 6 spots in the point standings are only separated by, 18 points, 17 points?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, close race for the top 6 spots.
Yeah. I mean,
and then a mega drop-off, because Tyler Reddick is 37 points out in 7th, but does have a win. But, you know. That's a whole race, kind of.
Trying to think, like, outside the playoff bubble. I mean, you do have Chase Elliott, who, at this point, is going to have to win to get in.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, Chase Elliott is in a must-win situation. I believe he's in a must-win situation currently.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe as well. Like, if there were guys...
I know. And as I was talking about SHR, like... Briscoe made it so far in the playoffs. Just scrappy as fuck last year. Like, I just could not believe it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this kid is going off. Like, I really hope that Stewart maybe takes a break from NHRA. Not SRX, though, because yay. But, like, investing a little bit more time in helping the drivers. Considering, especially, that they're losing their anchor. Like, Kevin Harvick is probably the one that's, like... coaching them and, like, helping SHR as a whole, and pending if Josh Berry is the replacement, which that's how we're looking, you know, they'll have a rookie driver.
Yeah.
With only 9 races of experience.
Yeah, but
right, 9?
With those 9 with those 9 races.
He kicked ass. He won the Open at the All-Star race, you know what I mean? He was super, super consistent, had a 2nd place finish, so.
At Dover.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, it's, you know.
But also a rookie.
Yeah.
In the sense, he does not have the experience Harvick has.
Right.
By far, so.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that there's going to be at least 2 people who point in.
Yeah. Who that's going to be and where the bubble's going to land.
I would love to see TG make it in his rookie year. Obviously, it's, you know, I like TG, but I know I was talking about waste of a playoff spot, and people are like, bitch, that's a waste of a playoff spot. But
I don't know.
I would like to see it.
In the year since the off season and coming into the Cup Series, he has really mellowed.
Yes.
You know.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people are judging him based off the Xfinity, but, like, he came in hot, and he also has high expectations. Like, I shit on Chase Elliott for being a silver spoon. Like, TG is a silver spoon, you know? So, like, it's, you know, he has high expectations. And honestly, I think liking TG made me understand maybe where Chase Elliott was coming from a little bit with the expectations. But Chase Elliott's just dull, and TG is, like, so exciting to watch. But he's been, like, Race Control is calling him the new Iceman because of how he's, like, responding in interviews, you know. He's, like, keeping it, like, super cool, you know, like
very quiet.
But yeah, so for the drivers locked in with wins, we obviously have Blaney, Byron,
Larson.
We have Truex, Seabell, Reddick, Hamlin, Kaibai with 2, Larson with 2, Stenhouse with a 500 win. Hashtag waste of a playoff spot. And then Logano. Those are the drivers that we have locked in on wins.
I gotta look here. Where is our friend Stenhouse? Oh, okay. He's 13th in points. So, yes. Okay. Not terrible.
Not terrible.
But still.
Yeah. Locked in. So it doesn't matter.
All right. Yeah. I think I could see.
But that's how I felt about Austin Dillon last year. Just Jesus fuck. Like
if
this guy.
If anyone was ever handed a win at a Daytona race.
Oh my God. It was so bad. Yeah.
Because this year he's 30th.
I literally was just gonna say, and look at this guy.
Yeah. So.
Just out here.
And his
Kai out here making him look like just a jack off. It's awesome.
1000%.
Just like I always knew that he was.
Yeah.
I always knew
If it wasn't clear before, it's clear now.
It's clear now. And thank God. And Kai coming right out the gate, winning at Auto Club, like, love it. Yep. And then a surprise win at Dega, but I mean, still.
And then set the pole for this weekend.
And then on the pole, yeah.
His first pole since 2019.
Yes, that's what I was reading.
4 years.
Yeah, he was saying how special it is for him
crazy.
to get that.
I thought he had a pole at some point in between there, but
it's wild as hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all the wins that he's had since then. That's crazy.
Yep.
So, but anyway, I don't know. Any other thoughts on the playoff grid?
Yeah. If anything, I think the cutoff's going to end up at 14. So
14 drivers, pointing their way.
I think two more.
I think we're in agreement on that.
I think two different drivers are going to win, and then the rest are going to be repeats, and then we're going to have a 2-spot.
I think we're going to get a surprise winner at Daytona, which is the cutoff race, which is not a surprise, but I think we're going to get a surprise winner at Daytona. So it could be one pointing their way in, which actually was the same as last year.
Last year, yeah.
So we only had one open pointing in their way playoff spot last year. So.
Okay. Yeah, I would say.
It's going to be similar.
Mm-hmm.
Not as big of a crapshoot this year, though.
Yeah, it's not just random people winning. No.
Besides Stenhouse, I actually like who's won so far, and I think that it's good.
Yeah, it definitely shows who the actual top drivers are this year.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah. Last year it was like, who could guess the setup right?
Oh my God. Such a dumpster.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, mid-season, let's go on to news of the week, what we've been dying to talk about, and Jerry Bear's about to go off.
Yeah.
So, Chase Elliott is suspended. NASCAR decided to be fair for once in their whole lives, and they decided that they were going to suspend their little golden boy for intentionally wrecking Denny Hamlin.
Not just intentionally wrecking, right-hooking him.
Yes.
On the
dangerous
straightaway
as hell.
At 180 miles an hour, sending Hamlin head-on into the safety barrier.
For me, here was my deal with it. It's like, look, regardless of driver's age or anything or whatever, we watched Kurt Busch's entire fucking career done. He can't race anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, he still works for 23XI, but he doesn't race anymore. Hamlin is no spring chicken, all right? Mm-hmm. So you literally run the risk by hooking this driver, and how rigid these cars are, and looking at the injuries that we've had, the concussions, the super subs, the fill-in drivers from getting hurt, not outside of NASCAR, but in NASCAR, and you're going to intentionally do that. Like, he could have literally retired Hamlin with that.
I know. No, that's, like, the thing with what everyone's like, why is Hamlin so mad? Why is he throwing such a fit? It's like, last year he watched one of his competitors, one of his drivers, someone he's raced with for years.
For literal years.
His career's over. He's done.
Because he doesn't race anymore.
Not even because he went head on. It was because of
because he backed into the wall.
And concussed himself.
On a normal lap that you would see at Pocono, you're like, oh, didn't look that bad. Like, for me, it's just so... I think that the penalty should have been higher for what the fuck he did, personally. I also think it should have been higher for what Bubba did, because Bubba was like, that was fucked up, you know.
I'm thinking next year they're going to have an even harsher penalty.
I think they should, to be...
Because a one-race suspension isn't even that... Like, it sucks for him. basically ruined his point in chances, but...
And it's not just because it's Chase Elliott, it's anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to see anyone doing that.
And honestly, I get it. Like, the people are like, oh, look at what everybody used to do. Okay, this is the new car, and this is where we're at right now. Where drivers are getting hits that look mild and ruining their career. Not their season, not a few races, their career. Yeah. Kurt Busch doesn't get to race anymore, right? And I think he's my best example because, you know, it's just wild to me that he would do that on a, I mean, yeah, especially on a driver of Hamlin's age. Now I get it that you can't discriminate because of that, but still, like,
it's just, yeah. And everyone's like, well, Hamlin put Chastain in the wall and it's like, he didn't put him in the wall at 180 miles an hour.
Yes.
Head on. He rubbed him against it's not even the same thing. Like, no. I'm totally with Hamlin on this. And so I think the other thing that's pissing me off is Chase Elliott won't even come out and acknowledge it.
Yeah. Well, and then his fans are just...
insufferable.
Oh, my God. And they're, like, shitting on Hamlin, being like, oh, because Hamlin was like, hey, look, I did talk to Chase Elliott. You're going to have to ask Chase Elliott what he said.
Yeah, and all he's saying is thanks for the support. That he's not acknowledging what he did or any of it. He's pretending it didn't even happen.
And then they're like, oh, because Hamlin's such a bitch, and that's why he's saying, like, you know, you have to ask Chase Elliott because he wants him to apologize publicly. Like, I don't even think it's about that. Like, whatever. Like, Hamlin doesn't have to explain anything.
Yeah.
Hamlin was wronged big time, and he doesn't have to explain anything.
Yeah.
You know? And then the fans are just, like, coming out of the woodwork, like, just so wild.
Well, at first it was, like, when it happened... And, like, you went on Twitter, everyone's like, oh, he didn't, it was Keselowski hit him. Yeah, Brad hit him. And then TV broadcast pointed out Brad did not touch him before he turned left.
The amount of idiotic pictures that I saw, I was like, homie.
Yeah.
I can't, it's just not even worth arguing. So, first off, you can't argue with a stupid person, right?
100%.
And that's like 100% what was happening. Like, I was like, all these people that were rushing to argue with these Chase Elliott fans, like, do not waste your time arguing with a stupid person, okay? It's a realistic theory, and that's exactly what the fuck is happening right now.
It was just like, they didn't want anything to make... They didn't want a black mark on Chase Elliott, whatever.
Right.
Whatsoever. They were just looking for a reason that it wasn't Chase Elliott's fault.
Yeah.
And then once Hamlin put out that SMT, it was like...
Which also, I loved Hamlin doing that.
That was really cool.
That was hysterical.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it was. And I love that he put it out there so that there was no hiding from it, because and he knew why he did that, right? Because this is something that I believe NASCAR wanted to brush under the rug.
Oh, definitely.
I think that they wanted to.
I think it would have definitely got brushed under if Hamlin didn't post that.
Or say that it would have been to a low tier team. Say he would have fucking hooked BJ McLeod like that.
Yeah.
Would the same shit have come?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
Personally. So, like, honestly, I think obviously they're drawing a line in the sand. Cool. I agree with you. I think that there's going to be something addition to the rule book on what happened for next year.
Yeah.
Or maybe now. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hard to say.
I don't know. We'll see if any more right hooks happen, but right. I think the message is very clear. It
is clear.
Especially after Chase Elliott being suspended.
Right. But also he got granted a waiver to remain playoff
eligible.
That's
the thing that people are really...
So it's his second waiver for the year? You're really fucking digging to try to get this kid in the playoffs, aren't you?
Yeah.
So last night at the World of Outlaws, so I saw a dude in a Chase Elliott shirt and hat, you know, and I'm like, okay, which is fine. But I had to ask, right? Because there's a ton of people everywhere saying that they're not going to watch the race.
Yeah.
Right? Because Chase Elliott's not racing and they're disagreeing with the penalty because they're obvious idiots, like whatever, who cares? But like, I asked him, I was like, are you going to watch the race tomorrow? Like, I just want to know, you know, like whatever. He said he was still going to watch. He was intensely pissed that I even asked him the question. Obviously, I could tell by his face. But he's like, yeah, no, I'm still gonna watch. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, a lot of fans are saying that they're not gonna watch. He's like, yeah, no, I'm still gonna watch. Like, whatever. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, homie.
I mean, they have him on such a high pedestal. They're like, he can do no wrong, and it's just it's
It's way more gross than Earnhardt, in my opinion.
I
thought with Junior, like, it was like, it was a little bit better, to be honest. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think it's because
they had Junior on a pedestal, obviously.
Yeah, right.
You know.
But they weren't. I don't know. It's just they're a whole different breed of fans.
It is a different breed of fans.
It's kind of insane. I used to think Kyle Busch fans were the most annoying when I first started watching. I was like, when we went to Michigan and all I heard was Kyle Busch fans being obnoxious and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, they catch a lot of shit. Kyle Busch fans catch a lot of shit.
But now it's like Chase Elliott fans, they irritate me.
Yeah. Because I feel like nobody's like a Chase Elliott fan and then like a fan of anybody else.
They're not no, it's not even that. They're a Chase Elliott fan first, a race fan second.
Yes, that's true.
Any race fan would have looked at what happened and been like, yeah, he deserved that.
That's how I felt about like Earnhardt Senior fans, because like you look at how many people were like after Senior died, like, I'm not watching anymore. You know, so it's like, so you were right. And I think that's such a great comment. Like, they were Earnhardt Senior fans first and NASCAR fans second.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, like if Truex up and stops racing tomorrow, like I still do have a lot of drivers that I would like, and I still 100% would watch NASCAR, obviously. Mm-hmm. It would suck and I'd be sad and y'all would be hearing about it, but still, like,
we'd have an in memoriam slideshow for it.
Yeah, that'd be wild as hell. Let's not.
No, let's not think about that.
But anyway, yeah, so like I agree with you. I think that's a great statement. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, Golden Boy is out for Worldwide Technology.
Get ready for another commercial.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. If they do it, so help me God.
I really hope so.
Honestly, at that point, I'd just be like,
okay.
Fucking K.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, also, we were talking about Stuart Haas, but Briscoe penalty, so moved him down the point standings. He got an L3 penalty. You want to explain?
Yeah, L3 penalty, the highest tier of NASCAR penalties. It comes with the highest fines, the highest points, losses, crew chief suspensions. Yep. So, yeah, Chase Briscoe's team got an L3 penalty for counterfeiting a part. I think it was some housing in the engine. They just put some random piece in instead of the single source part. Don't know why. We never got an explanation.
Yeah.
Stuart Haas hasn't said anything about what happened. But yeah, Chase Briscoe's crew chief's out for 6 races. He lost 100 points. Ton of owner points too.
Yeah.
25 playoff points if he were to be in the playoffs, and $100,000 fine.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, there's
pretty much 0% chance of Briscoe making it in after
unless
that.
he wins.
So yeah.
But even
unless
if he
wins, but I don't think he'll go very far, obviously,
minus
because
20 points
minus 20 points. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
that's hefty. Yeah,
that is the biggest penalty we've seen.
But they have continued to draw the line in the sand on the louvers and the RFK parts, right? Like whatever. So.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Why they thought that was a good idea to do.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, they were running 30th all race.
Right.
So clearly, it wasn't giving.
It gave you no competitive advantage. Maybe if you won, I'd be like, well, you know, but.
No. But yeah, there's been no reveal on exactly what.
Yeah, I haven't heard
about.
anything else. Doesn't sound. I mean, you can't appeal anyway. So
yeah. I mean, they could appeal.
For
a lower
like
fine.
a lower fine for points or
stuff,
monetary, but yeah.
It doesn't sound like they'd win that.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So I think that's why they're just kind of accepting it and just moving on. Sounds like it, but
so, yeah.
But yeah, so I guess kind of going into the news that I thought was the most interesting, considering that one of the biggest drivers in NASCAR is retiring, and so the super sub, call him that because he's subbing for a bunch of drivers this season, but Josh Berry, the super sub, is working on a contract to be signed to the 4-car Stuart Haas. So he
already signed with Harvick's agency that he has for drivers.
Yeah, what is that called again? Race Control, maybe? You know?
I think it's KHI, Kevin Harvick Industries.
Yes, it is.
Like
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
but
right.
I also think it's for athletes in general, not just drivers.
Yes, I was just going to say, it's not just for drivers.
I think he was with Ronda, MMA.
Rousey?
Oh,
Yes.
right.
I don't think they're together anymore, but he did have other athletes.
Yes, I do know that. But yeah, anyway, so obviously this would be a really big move, considering Chevy would lose out on their kind of funnel driver, you know.
But they don't have
switching
anywhere for him to
manufacturers.
go.
They don't.
That's going to be too, competitive for him.
Right.
So
he would have to go to kind of like a low tier
maybe
Chevy
take Austin
team.
Dillon's ride. But...
Oh, for fuckity. Good God, get this kid out of here. So embarrassing.
It really is. But yeah.
Oh my God.
No, it looks like Ford's picking him up and taking him to the 4, which is good. Good for him.
Good for him, good for Ford.
I mean, SHR just got to get their crap together. They used to be a powerhouse team. What happened? I know. What is going on?
I know. I really do. I think the theory around Tony Stewart not investing as much time in NASCAR is really hurting them.
I feel like that since that Eldora
Well,
thing.
and then you look at all these owners. So Brad is racing. Justin Marks is at every single race. You look at all these super, super involved owners, and then you look at Stuart Haas, and it's like nobody is there, So Tony Stewart and he's announcing. So yeah, that's another thing that's taking up his time. So he's got NHRA, SRX, and he's in the booth constantly. He needs to buckle down and do what he does best, which is NASCAR. You know what I mean?
If
Not
he
focus
wants
on
to,
so much,
I don't know. I think ever since the whole Eldora. It's like Eldora getting taken off. He feels like he's been slighted.
Yeah.
Quite hard. And
I've been on the bring Eldora back to trucks train forever.
Yeah, but I think
and knock it off the Bristol dirt.
Yes.
Put the cars on Eldora if you really want.
I don't
to have
want to
them
see
race
dirt anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It's just
the truck race at Eldora was always consistent on their schedule. So I think they should bring that back. But yeah, so I mean, obviously, finalizing contracts, and I'm with you. I do think it's going to happen. I'm actually really excited for silly season this year because looking at Carson Hocevar filling in for Corey LaJoie so that Corey LaJoie can race for the 9. Carson Hocevar's been doing some celebrity shots in Xfinity, and I think he's definitely moving up to Xfinity next year. From my guess, I'm just excited to see where the drivers are going to go. And all that. I think Jesse Love moving from ARCA to truck is obviously a definite move that's going to happen. So, but yeah. So, any more news you can think?
I don't know.
Or since we've been gone, I guess.
No.
Denny Hamlin and Noah Gragson fight at Kansas.
You mean Ross Chastain?
Oh, Ross Chastain, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Denny Hamlin won. Yes, Ross Chastain and Noah Gragson.
Yeah, we got a front row seat to that.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, sorry. We were watching Denny Hamlin win, getting distracted by the fight on the road, Yeah.
Not much of a fight. They don't even let him fight.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then obviously a little scuffle between Almirola and Bubba Wallace, some pushing. But
yeah, there's been a little bit of scrap. I guess yesterday in Portland there was a little bit of a scrap too. Jeb Burton.
Jeb Burton.
Yeah, he got turned. Yeah, he got turned by Chandler Smith.
Oh my God! And Chandler Smith's little ass. Jeb Burton would.
Oh, they
totally
they broke it up before anything could happen. But yeah,
I'd be scared if Jeb Burton was coming after me.
He was not happy. He just turned. I guess Jeb Burton cut in front of him on a corner, and then Chandler Smith waited until the next corner and just punted him. And it was okay, for no reason,
That's crazy.
Yes, so there was a little
and then
bit
Cole
of a scrap.
Custer finally won yesterday. That was
Cole
exciting.
Custer won again.
Grant Enfinger winning again in the Truck Series. I think Grant Enfinger could move up to the Xfinity Series.
Yeah.
Next year.
So.
Talking about silly season. Yeah, I'm really excited to see all the changes that happen. So, all right. So we'll go into power rankings. We kind of already covered where we're at in point standings, but power rankings. So we have in 10th, Reddick is up 2 from 12th. which is pretty solid, I think.
Had a solid running last week at the Coke 600.
He did. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that save, dude, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Should be in the power rankings just for that.
Right?
Holy shit.
Those cars are so hard to save from what everyone says. Like, once you lose the front end, it'll catch, but it'll catch in such a bad spot that you're...
Yeah, that wasn't like an expert move. That was so crazy. I was like,
you're just drifting all the way down.
In the grass, and then,
and just back up on, and like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then they played his audio, and he's like, woo!
It's like 10-4 on the woo. Yeah, I'm like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, in 9th, we have Seabell. He's down from 8th.
Yeah.
He's been a little quieter this year, but still really, I mean, obviously.
He's been starting in the back and just kind of methodically making his way up.
I thought he was totally going to win.
Yeah,
he was
he
at
had
the
a
Coke
solid
600, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hamlin is 8th, down from 6th.
Yep.
I think that's pretty fair. Blaney is 7th, up from 10th. Obviously, with his win, still didn't get him that far. But, it was really nice to see Blaney snap a win this streak. Like, it was cool to see him get emotional and the win, and the fans that's hung around the million rain delays, they were like, Blaney, super exciting. So that was really cool for him.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is Kyle Busch. He's up from 7th, winning the pole today.
Winning the pole.
Good. Yeah,
had a solid finish at the Coke 600.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's been consistent.
5th is Harvick. He is down from 3rd. He did pretty good at the Coke 600, I thought.
Yeah. He rallied.
He certainly rallied.
Because he started second, and he fell.
You saw his, shit. He was like, boom. They showed, the grid or whatever.
Yeah.
He, fell off. It was he was, in, 25th or something.
Yeah.
I was like, homie, you need to make some adjustments. But think about it. It was rained out. They had no practice. They had no qualifying. They didn't turn a single lap at Charlotte, So, he just rolled up in there, here we are,
We're just doing this.
Yeah. Number 4 is Larson. He has no change. He was 4th last week. So just always kind of in the mix.
Yep.
I was nervous I was going to see him win last week. I was like, no. Also, tons of Larson fans at the World of Outlaws race last night. Good
definitely.
Lord. Yeah. Number 3 is MTJ. He's up from 5th, obviously with a 3rd place finish in the Coke 600. So did pretty good. Chastain is 2nd. He's down from 1st. So
he's our points leader.
Points leader. Bob has him picked to win today. So we'll see. I hope not. I hope Bob's wrong for the first time ever.
We'll see if he can put a race together.
If he can put a race together, I agree with you.
See if he
It's
can
been
get past
embarrassing.
anyone. I mean, without causing some controversy.
No shit. Yeah, but he's been pretty quiet, I would say. Oh my God. Also, the funniest shit ever. The still shots of Chase Elliott hooking Hamlin and someone crudely pasting Ross Chastain's car right in there.
Yeah, it's one
of the funniest things I've seen all year.
They don't just do it with that. They do it with classic wrecks and shit that. Like they did it with F1. Like there was some F1 wreck and they just
funny, dude. I can't. I literally thought that was the funniest thing ever.
1000%.
And then first, we have Willie B. So he is up from 2nd. Oh, yes, you can see our beautiful little cardboard cutout with the giant-ass hat. So.
Thanks, Las Vegas. I really like that thing that they
it's funny.
So they sent that out. They, tweeted something. They're like, hey, if you want a William Byron cutout, let us know. And I did it, and they sent that out. And thought it would be cool for the podcast, since we don't have a William Byron diecast yet. So
but
we gotta represent.
Yeah,
somehow.
but you gotta get on that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. There's just so many out there.
They are. I think you should get a Raptor one because you really like the Raptor scheme.
I do like the Raptor
So
scheme.
I think if you're gonna get one, you should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go into race picks going into Worldwide Technology. So all right. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm going with Blaney. I think he's gonna pull the back-to-back. He had a fast car. Both two of the 3 Penske cars were pretty quick in practice and qualifying. Blaney, one of them. I think he's got the momentum.
He does have momentum.
And I think
he's gonna feel different walking into to the track today. You know,
Yeah.
he was talking about, like, in his post-race interview, like, you just get to a point where you don't think you can win anymore. You know, it was, like, so emotional.
Yeah.
And, like, Blaney's so cool. We, like, ran into him at Road America, and he was, like, talking to us, and he's so cool. So it was really nice to see. So hopefully he does a back-to-back. That'd be super cool.
Yep.
All right, I think that the closer is going to go back to victory lane today. So I am picking the number 4, Kevin Harvick, #forever. I think he's going to snap a winless streak and get into the playoffs today at Worldwide Technology.
All right.
Race control?
Boy, wouldn't a Kevin Harvick win be amazing?
Yes.
I'm waiting for it.
But I think he's on some momentum, too, so I think he's a solid pick. Mm-hmm. Bob's long shot, but I got him today.
I'm going to pick Joey Logano. He has had a tough time these past couple weeks finishing a race or not shooting himself in the foot or his pit crew. But won last year, and I think this is the start of a run, and he's going to come back.
Okay. Great pick. Sticking with the Ford camp, all of us, dude. That's wild. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. So going into Worldwide Technology today, and we'll see you back soon.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.
See ya.